I'm here with Mike Weichers, who is running for the position of mayor with Cottonwood Heights. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Mike Weichers has been a resident of Cottonwood Heights for over 18 years. He is currently working for Zions Bank as a vice president, senior relationship advisor within treasury management. His professional background includes experience working with municipality finance teams to better handle public finances and cash management needs. Prior to his current employment, Mike was a business owner in Cottonwood Heights, specializing in title, insurance, and escrow. Mike has volunteered his time as a steering committee member for the Cottonwood Heights Emergency Management Committee, working alongside other community leaders to make sure that the city and its residents are prepared in times of need. He has volunteered as a liaison and mentor for youth within correctional facilities, and as a volunteer football and basketball coach for the city's youth. Even while running his campaign, Mike is currently coaching the varsity wide receivers at Brighton High School. Mike graduated from Brigham Young University in 1994 with a BA degree in communications, broadcast journalism. During his campaign, Mike's goal is to go and meet as many citizens as he possibly can to learn their vision for this community and to be able to represent our citizens as their mayor. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We just have a few questions for you. So first of all, we'd like to know, why did you decide to run for mayor?
Yeah, great question. So I've heard it a lot, if you can imagine that, for the last few months. I'll tell you a little story real quickly. So I had a gentleman a couple months ago named Stan Rosenzweig and his wife Rana, and I was in their home talking to them about this exact thing, why I wanted to run for mayor. And I'd given them what I thought was a pretty good answer, and things that I'd rehearsed and prepared for, and Stan stopped me and said, "Mike, it's a great talking point, and I think that's the thing that you have to say, but be honest with me, why are you running for mayor?" And I said, Stan, I thought for a second, I was a little pensive, and I thought, okay, I believe I can make a difference. And so without that belief, I don't think, you can have strong ideas and positions on issues, but if you don't believe you can make a difference, then I think there'll be something lacking. So I believe that I can make a difference. My background and experience gives me the ability to do so. The other option is, I've lived in the city for 18 years. I've raised my family here, and so I feel a sense to give back. So this city has blessed my family. We've, with the schools and athletics and everything that this city and community has to offer, and I feel a sincere desire to give back and help this city. So.
That's what and you live in Cottonwood Heights full time?
I do.
Correct?
I
Great.
do. Yeah.
Great. So what strengths, talents, and experiences would you bring to the city council?
Yes. I think there's a lot of things that I think are really important for a candidate that wants to run for a mayor or a city council position. First off, I think my background and experience, my working with cities is really important. The mayor position and the city council spend almost 6 months of the year working on the budget. And so, in my professional life, I work extensively with cities on their cash management, finance, budgetary issues. And so to walk into a position where you're allocating funds for a city into different departments, that's my background the last few years. So that would be a pretty seamless transition for me to be able to do that. I feel like I'm a really good leader. I've led large departments, I've led small departments in my professional career, and I think there's a couple things that are really important when you want to lead people. And it's most often not having your personal interest in the forefront, but really being willing to listen to people. And if you listen to people, which I believe I am, then I think I can make a difference.
Great, thank you. So what would you say are the 3 most pressing issues facing the community, and how are you planning to address them?
Yeah, great question. So the impetus for why I decided to run in the beginning was public safety. So the issues that our city has had in the last 12 months really put into me an urgency to do something. And I wanted to, number one, make sure that our police department, our fire and police, all public safety understand that the mayor and the city council have their back, and that we understand how important public safety is to a community. It's really one of the most important things that a mayor and a city council can be behind. And so that number one, public safety, I want people to understand how important that is to me. Roads and stormwater are a big issue with our city, especially the stormwater piping underneath our city. We've had road failures, we've had some sinkholes and flooding because of an aged infrastructure, and I think it's just of the utmost important that we understand the condition of every piping under our city for stormwater, and that we then understand what has an immediate concern to get fixed, so that we don't have some major issues and public safety issues, to be honest. And I think that number three, I'd say development. Our city's 98% built out, but there are some areas where there's some great opportunities for development, and I think there's some areas in our city that we need to be really careful about, where high density housing does not make sense everywhere. We are a suburb, and we don't want to become an urban utopia, and so I think it's really, really important that as we address those issues in the next 4 years, especially, that we make sure that we understand that we want to keep our city the way that it is, a beautiful suburb between the canyons.
Great. So what is your vision for our city over the next 4 years?
Yeah, similar to my last answer. I think it's important to help our citizens understand why we have the quality of life that we have. Living in a suburb like this, I know some people are advocating for more high density housing, and they're advocating that we get out of our cars, and that we do spend more time walking, and those are all great ideals, and I'm not against any of them, but we also live in a suburb, and it doesn't make a lot of sense either. And so my vision is to really just to expand the idea that we are so blessed to live in Cottonwood Heights, this great, beautiful community, and my ideals and purpose will be to keep it the same, and to enhance and beautify, work on open spaces and parks and trails, and do the things that make us love the city and help it grow.
Great. So why should people vote for you?
My campaign, I have a slogan: trust, integrity, and leadership. Really quickly, with trust, I if I say something, people can trust that I'm going to do what I say, and that's one reason that I put that as like I said, as one of my campaign slogans. Integrity to me means that you're listening to people. You're not putting your self-interest first. Sometimes candidates have issues, and that's why they're running. That's not why I'm running. I'm running to honestly to listen to resident concerns, and to try to be a positive spokesman and for change when we need those things to happen. Mm-hmm. And then lastly is leadership, and I talked a little bit about it, but leadership to me, one of the most important characteristics is listening. You have to listen. You can't just be a strong personality and go and make your own decisions, but it's bringing people together, and being willing to listen, and understanding that you want to have the city's best interests at heart.
Great. Thank you, Mike. It's been really nice getting to know you. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you.